Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to discuss about the topic multiplication and division for class 4th. Firstly, I would like to tell you that for multiplication as well as for division, you need to know your tables very well. Only then you will be able to do. Now, let's take a quick view on the contents. First, multiplication, property of multiplication, multiplication of number by 10, 100 and 1000, multiplication of 3 digit and 4 digit number, division, properties of division, division by 2 digit number, division by 10, 100 and 1000. Now let's talk about multiplication. What is multiplication? Multiplication is a quick way of adding the same number over and over again. For example, here I have added 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, which is equal to 15. Or you can do it in a quick way as 5 multiply 3 is equal to 15. So multiplication we will use for saving our time. So here you can see the multiplication of addition is also known as the multiplication by repeated addition. Now, what are multiplicand, multiplier and product? In multiplication sum, you need to know these terms. So first, the number to be multiplied is called the multiplicand. Second, the number by which we multiply is called the multiplier. And the result of the multiplication is called the product. For example, if we multiply 12 into 4, which is equal to 48. So here 12 is multiplicand, 4 is multiplier and 48 is product. Now you can say 12, which is the first number, is the multiplicand and the second number is the multiplier. Or you need to know this also, multiplicand and multiplier is also called as factors of the product. Now let's talk about properties of multiplication. There are 5 types of property. First, order property, grouping property, multiplicative property of 1, multiplicative property of 0 and distributive property. Now let's see the first property, which is order property of multiplication. The product of two number doesn't change even if we change the order of the number. For example, here we have 12 into 74 and 74 into 12. Let's see what answer we'll get after multiplying 12 into 74. So the answer is 888. Now multiply 74 into 12, you will get 888. Here you can see the product of 12 into 74 and 74 into 12 is same, which means ordering doesn't matter in multiplication. Now the second property is grouping property. The product of three number doesn't change even when we change the grouping of the any two number. For example, here we have three numbers 10 into 7 into 5. So first we have to take any two number as a group. So first I have took 10 into 7 as a group and multiply the product of this number by the third number, which is 5. So 70 multiplied by 5, which gives 350. Now again we will see by changing the group of the numbers. So second number and third number is the group here. So first we have to multiply 10 into the product of these two numbers. You will get 350. Now you can see both the answers are same. So here you can say 10 multiply 7 multiply 5 is equal to 10 multiply 7 multiply 5. which means there is no change in the answer if we change the grouping of the number. Now the third property of multiplication is multiplicative property of 1. The product of any number by 1 is the number itself, which means when we multiply any number by 1, you will get same number. For example, 23 multiply 1 is equal to 23, or 1 multiplied 23 is also equal to 23. Means if you change 1 even in any place, you will get the same number, and so on. Now the fourth property is multiplicative property of 0. The product of any number by 0 is always 0. For example, 48 multiply 0 is equal to 0, or 0 multiply 48 is equal to 0, which means if you multiply any number by 0, you will always get 0. Now the fifth property is distributive property of multiplication over addition. Let's do it with the help of an example. Here I have taken the number 4 multiplies 6 plus 7. So first we have to follow the rule, which is to distribute the multiplication over the addition like this. First we have to multiply 4 by 6 and then 4 by 7. After doing solution of both sides, we can see both have same answer, which is 4 multiplies 6 plus 4 multiplies 7 gives you 52, and 4 multiply 6 plus 7 is also gives you 52. So which means the distributive property is the distribution of multiplication over addition. You can use this as a formula. Here I have given 4 multiply 6 plus 7 is equals to 4 multiply 6 plus 4 multiply 7. Now let's talk about multiplication of the number by 10, 100 and 1000. So first, to multiply any number by 10, insert 1 0 on the right side of the number. For example, if we multiply 23 into 10, you have to just put 1 0 after 23, which is 230. And if you multiply 153 into 10, you will get 1530. Now the second, to multiply any number by 100, we have to put 2 zeros on the right side of the number. For example, 15 multiplied by 100 is equals to 1500, and 753 multiply 100 is equal to 75,300. Here you can see you will get the answer by putting 2 zeros after the numbers. Similarly, to multiply any number by 1000, just put 3 zeros on the right side of the number. For example, if we multiply 27 multiplied by 1000, just put 3 zeros after 27, so you will get 27,000. And 534 multiplied by 1000, so here again we have to just put 3 zeros after 534, which is 5,34,000. Now multiplication of 3-digit number. Let's see with an example. So multiply 234 by 345. So first we have to expand 345, which is equal to 300 plus 40 plus 5. Now multiply 234 by 300 plus 40 plus 5 by using the distributive property. Now what we have to do in distributive property? We have to first multiply 234 by 300, again 234 by 40, again 234 by 5. Now solve the products of these three and add them. You will get 80,730. You can do it in column wise also. So here also you will get the same answer, which is 80,730. Now multiplication of 4-digit number. So let's take an example. Multiply 1734 by 273. Here also we have to first expand 273. We get 200 plus 70 plus 3. Now multiply 1734 by 200 plus 70 plus 3. After solving by using the distributive property, you will get the answer is 4,73,382. You can do it in column wise also, and you will see the answer is same as 4,73,382. Now let's talk about the division. So division, we have already learned that division is the inverse process of the multiplication, and every multiplication fact gives us two division facts. For example, 5 multiplied 3 is equal to 15. So here you can see the division fact is 15 divided by 3 is equal to 5 and 15 divided by 5 is equal to 3. Now what are dividend, divisor, quotient and remainder? So in problems of divisions, you have to use these words. So the number to be divided is called dividend. Second, the number by which we are dividing is called divisor. Third, the number of times means the answer is called the quotient. And the fourth, after solving the division, whatever is left, that is your remainder. Now let's see with an example. Here 8 is divided by 125 and gives you 15 as quotient. And here see 5 is left after solving. So 5 is your remainder. You can see 125 is the number which is divided, so it is called dividend, and 8 is the number by which we are dividing 125, so 8 is the divisor. Now what are properties of division? So first property is, when a non-zero number is divided by 1, the quotient is the number itself. Means when you divide any number by 1, you will get the same number. For example, if 86 divided by 1, you will get 86, and if 471 is divided by 1, you will get 471. The property 2 is, when a non-zero number is divided by itself, the quotient is 1. Means when you divide any number by the same number, you will get 1 as the answer. For example, 72 divided by 72 gives you 1, and 809 divided by 809 is also equal to 1. Now the third property is, dividing any number by 0 has no meaning. It has no end. For example, if we divide 45 by 0, here you can see it has no end. You can divide it till the endless, so it has no end. Now the property 4 is, when 0 is divided by any non-zero number, then the quotient obtained is 0. For example, 0 divided by 89 is equals to 0, and 0 divided by 547 is equals to 0. Here you can see 0 divided by any number is equals to 0, but any number divided by 0 is not equal to 0. So you hope you all understood this property. Division by 10, 100 and 1000. So first, dividing a number by 10. On dividing any number by 10, we get the quotient by removing the ones digit from the number, and the remainder is the same ones digit of the number. For example, 576 divided by 10. So here you can see after dividing you will get 57 as quotient and 6 as the remainder. Means the last digit of the number is the remainder and remaining numbers are the quotient. Now the second, division by 100. On dividing any number by 100, the quotient is obtained by removing the last two digits from the right side of dividend, and those two digits become the remainder. For example, if you divide 7634 by 100, after dividing you can see 76 is your quotient and 34 is left as the remainder. So you can see here that the last two digit of the number is the remainder and whatever is left is the quotient. Now the last one is division by 1000. On dividing a number by 1000, the quotient is obtained by removing the last three digits from the right side of the dividend, and those three digits become the remainder. For example, 71,476 divided by 1000. So after dividing, we can see 71 becomes the quotient and 476 remains as the remainder. So you can see here the last three digits of the number are the remainder and remaining numbers are the quotient. So that's all for today. Hope you all understood clearly. Thank you.